Hello everyone, this is ISAM53 or better said and this is your teacher assistant Shakaiti. Today we are going to add the following for functionality to our site. The first functionality is that we are going to allow the user to upload files to our website. And the second functionality is we are putting a tag for putting column values, file name, file is name of the file that the user submitted, and the file path is the path where the file is saved in our server or in our site. That functionalities would be displaying all the files that has been uploaded to our website, and would be allowing the user to download any of the files as the user requires. Now to do this we'll be adding two web pages to our website. The first web page would be an upload web page where we would be allowing the user to upload his files. Upload page. The upload we need in here and use the file upload control. We would be using a button to allow the user to submit the file. We rename the text, double click on this, and we adding the code in the code pen. The language you're using is C#. Before doing that, we need to add a table. As we have discussed here, the table files. So Server Explorer and would add a table on the table. And columns you will have two columns. One is name and another is the path. So we'll specify this as file name. Another one would be the file path. And after creating the table, as we have to store these column values into the table, first we need to open the connection to our database, and to do that we would be using a section. So the process to do that is, first we need to assign our connection string. There are two ways to assign the connection string. Either we could assign the whole connection string, or connection string would be present in web.config file. Either we could place all of the connection string in our different web pages. And we need to import namespaces for it to work. That would be system.data and system.data.sql client. We could use either this statement, or there is another better way to do this by using the configuration manager. And to use this configuration manager, we need to again import system.configuration. The name entered here, connection string, should be same specified in the web.config. So this should be basically this one. So we could either use the first statement or the second statement. Preferably the second statement is always better, because the connection string is present in web.config, and whenever we change our database we could directly change the connection string in web.config, and that would do. But if we want to use the first statement here, we need to change our connection string on every web page. So whenever we change our database, it would be a tedious process to change the connection string on each page. So instead of using the first line, we'll be using the second one. And now we have to specify the SQL connection. And this would take a parameter of connection string. Okay, after defining the connection, would be opening the connection using C connection.open. We need to create this connection so that we could work with our database. And as our connection is open, we would insert the values of name and path in our table. So for doing that, we need to add a new SQL command. And this would be an insert statement, as we are inserting the values into the database. And the SQL statement would be insert into, and followed by file the table name. Our table name is files, so files, and values. We would be using parameters commands to insert the values. So we'd be using the @ symbol. And we should give the connection here. Okay, so before inserting the values here, we should know the values of what the name is and what the path is. So how do we know the name of the file that the user has uploaded? So for finding out the name of the file that the user has uploaded, we could use file upload control. File upload one. This is a control that we have added to our web page, and there's a property called posted file, and this is a file that we have posted, and we need the name of the file, so it would be file name. So this statement would retrieve the name of the file that the user has uploaded using the file upload control. So we got the name of the file. Now we need the path. So basically, where would be we would be storing the files in a directory in our website, and this directory would be we would be just specifying it as file. So we would be placing all of the files that the user has uploaded in this directory. So as we have used parameters commands here, we should give the values and this could be done by the SQL command is cmd dot parameters dot add. The command can add with value, and first we would be assigning the value of the name parameter. It would be favorite name, and this is the name of the file. We would rename it as file and file name. Okay, we have assigned the name for the parameters command at the name, and we would be doing the same thing for the path also. Parameters that add with value, and its parameters command is path. And the path would be the file, the directory file, followed by the file name. So giving the file directory place the file name would return us the file path. So we have inserted the values of the file name and the file path into the table. The next thing we have to do is we have to save the file inside our file directory inside our website. So for doing that, we again need to use a parameters of the file upload control, that is file upload one dot, and there's a parameter called save as. So we will be using this method, save as method, and we need to use a server.mappath method for doing this. So server dot map path, and inside the server dot map path, the attributes would be the directory and the file name where the file would be stored. So it would be stored in the directory tilde file, and we need to put the file name. Okay, so we have saved the file name. And one more thing, of to insert the values into the table, we need to execute the query first. So it will be cmd dot execute query, and after executing the query we need to close the connection. So that would be unn dot close. So that's it for uploading the file and also for inserting the values into the database. So this functionality has been finished. So save it, and we'll be testing it now to see whether it works fine or not. So go ahead and run this. Okay, this kind of error occurs sometime in that whenever offline error occurs for you, you have to make sure that the database, that is Server Explorer, is not being utilized. So close the Server Explorer, and the next thing you should do is there would be a app offline.html page on your website. So go ahead and delete the page. So after doing that, run it again. And this would be upload page.aspx. So we would be selecting the file